Ready?
Because of their cosmetic. My makers crucify me in the name of adorning me. Adorning me with their moods and attitudes. Adorning me with their hopes. My relatives overseas have to wear an additional garment known to the locals as wallpaper.
Wallpaper.
Why then do I bare my naked chest to those who have to enter my presence?
Ready, Provo? Yes, people. Welcome back to the Entertainment Trail. We're in the Afro Industry segment of the program. And you're listening to the voice of Tigox. Good evening and welcome to the Entertainment Trail.
Good evening.
Yes, very cool, nice. Alright. I'll just tell us about who Tigox is. Listeners kind of an understanding of who they are listening to.
Okay, Tigox is a poet.
Yes.
I have been writing poetry since 1971.
A lot of experience, a lot of years there, man.
Yes, a lot of years. But it wasn't until I won an international award in 2002 that I realized that I could actually perform my poetry. So I was writing and kind of keeping them to myself or sharing with people that were close by.
Yes.
Right.
Like another person. Yes.
Right. So I even put collection of poetry together, but I still sold it just within my circle.
Oh.
Yeah, right. So friends and friends of friends. So in 2002, when I won the international award in Orlando, actually had the confidence to know that I'm doing the right thing, and I can go there and perform, and I can actually share and help other poets, and I've been doing that ever since.
Okay, so did you do like any, what should I put this in terms of schooling where poetry is just something that you love and you just develop on your own?
Right. Well, an aunt of mine who in England, this is where I was born in London, by the way.
Okay.
Yes, and I came out here around the same time when I started the poetry.
Okay.
Right. But apparently when I was like 3 or 4 years old, she used to take me to a nursing home, and there was a poet there. And she said that she could go about and work all day. All she had to do was leave me in front of the poet, and he would just be reciting. But of course, I had no memory of this. So it's only when I started to write that she was saying she's going to take the praise for it. Right. And the first poem I wrote, that was quite interesting how that happened. I was in first form at Holy Childhood, and one of my friends asked me if I could write. She didn't say poem, you know, she just asked me to write something for her boyfriend, because everybody thought, you know, I'm coming from England, so I must know how to write English. so I actually asked her, well, I said, if I'm going to write on your behalf, you have to tell me something about you and your boyfriend. And she did. And when I wrote, it actually came out in rhyme. But that was the first time that I'd never done it before.
Wow.
So I was quite surprised when she took the poem as if she wrote it, gave it to her boyfriend, and it was great. She come back excited,
You want more?
and start tell everybody. So next thing I had a line.
Oh no! I hope you charge them from this, you know. I hope you make some money from this, though, you know.
So it was quite something. Everybody coming and telling me their business.
Oh my God. Oh my.
So that's where it really started.
Okay, nice. So, do you remember that first poem? Like anything about it? Like a line or two?
No, I don't know a line out. I've written so many hundreds of poems.
Oh my
since.
gosh.
Right, so that's where it started and it developed. I did in I think late 90s find a correspondence course in America that I did online, and it actually got 89 average overall over a couple of months of the going through the poetry. But actually, when I was doing the courses, I actually said, "Oh, I know this." So everything was like inside of me. So I was like passing everything. But by that time, I had family, I had a child, and everything, and so it was a lot of work. But I stuck with it, and I felt very good that I was actually able to get a certification to say that I do know poetry.
Yes. Well, that's good. So this competition that you had entered in Orlando, was this the first one?
That was the first international
International one,
Yes,
okay.
yes. I had tried other poetry, like you go online and you see things, and I try and enter, but nothing came of it. But this was the first international one where I actually went there, and there were thousands of people from all over the world.
Wow.
And it was quite interesting. It's only about 30 prizes, out of
Wow.
the thousands of people that were there. And the first 5 persons got cash awards. The next 10 got book contracts, and the next 10 after that, or no, next 15 after that. Oh no, sorry, 5 out of that. What was all like 20, right? So the next 5 out of that got a CD recording contract.
Wow.
And I didn't get the cash award. I actually fell in the group where I got a book contract. So I actually did a poetry book collection that was sold out in a couple of months.
Wow.
And I earned more money than the cash award.
Cash
prizes.
award. No more.
So what was the name of this competition? Is this competition still going on currently?
Well, I don't think it is the same group of persons that have the competition going on, but it's somebody who has adopted it at poetry.com. If you go on poetry.com, then you will find that they have competitions regularly and symposiums regularly.
Okay, cool. Wow, that's nice. So that book that you got published, what was the title for that?
Tigox. Actually, 2 strong animals, tiger and ox. I merged the name. And all my poetry collections are Tigox. So Tigox Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. And I actually came a little bit away from poetry just in 2013, 2014, and I wrote my first book story. That is a motivational story. It's called My Car from Heaven, where I went from having $0 and have $1 million car. So anybody who needs to know how did I do that, with the help of the Lord and many miracles, you can actually go online and get my book. I have a website, tigoxpoet.com, and if you go on there, you can actually have a link to my books that are online.
So that book, what is the title of that book?
My Car from Heaven.
My Car from Heaven. Okay, interesting topic.
Which I have parked outside.
Wow.
That's the car that of the Tiger right?
That's correct.
Oh!
Right. It's the only one in the world. So anybody who sees Tigox on the side of a car knows that this is the car from heaven.
Wow. So have you published any books since?
Not since 2014, but in all, it's about 11 books that I have, between poetry and 2 short stories. And I'm working on some others.
Wow. So you maybe have about more than 5,000-10,000 poems here. So, you have an idea how much poems are right? No, because you see you have. No, sir.
Hundreds. And then people also ask me to write personalized poetry, and I'm actually by the poem that I write for them. The most recent poem I did was just last week. There's a funeral on April 1st. Doesn't come yet.
Yes.
And I was asked to write the poem for the funeral program.
Wow. That's good. Well, so in terms of performing, where have you been performing, locally or internationally?
Well, locally.
As many persons see you perform not even realize.
True.
Maybe come in late, but and catch the name and everything. So tell us some of the places that you have been performing.
Well, I have now become regular at Red Bones.
Yes.
Right. And just last month, I was one of the featured poets.
Okay.
At Red Bones. I go regularly to Edna Manley. They have every last Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What I like about that is that the audience critiques your poetry. So you get better after you've left one of the sessions. So all poets who are budding poets or poets who have never performed before, that's a place to really go and wet your feet and actually be strong enough to take the criticism so you can go back and do better.
Yes, that's true. But I think Cherry Natural was telling me about that Tuesday thing. You know her, right?
Yes, man. Yes.
I think she was telling me about her. She did this book. Who is this book? When was it? 2013. I remember the title of her book.
Yeah.
It's only really interesting. And I had some of her tracks as well. So yeah, man. So persons you can go with every last Tuesday.
Every last Tuesday at Edna Manley.
Yeah.
Right. And every last Wednesday at Red Bull.
It's an open mic thing, right?
Open mic, you have open mic, and you have featured poets also.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool, nice. Alright, so we're listening to The Wall. So we're going to play a little bit of it and we're going to come back and discuss.
That's the one that got the award, the international award.
See, that's why I'm like. So we play it again from the probe. Yeah.
The wall.
News here? Right now, 5 o'clock.
Stand here in the name of privacy,
You hear me, yeah?
protection, and shelter.
People,